The importance of mentorships. A lot of LDS missionaries return home with mementos from where they served. Andy Goddard and James Bennett brought home a rather unique collection of Paris photo booth images that were abandoned around 1996. Now they're trying to track down the individuals who left them by using social media, and a filmmaker is even documenting their journey. And both are here with us this morning. Good morning. Thank you for being here.
Morning. Morning.
You got a lot of pictures over there.
Yeah, over 300.
Over 300.
Yes, sir.
Why did you start collecting them?
Well, you know, as a missionary in France, you don't have a lot of traditional missionary success. And so a lot of times you're finding other things to kind of keep you going.
Yeah.
And I remember finding a photo and thinking, I'm going to find this person one day. Never found them, but found a lot more photos.
Now, Andy, back in the day, especially over in Paris, it was important to have a picture of yourself, right?
That's right. They use these for almost everything. So they put them on their bus passes for, to get an apartment to rent. I mean, you have an example of going to a dry cleaner.
Yeah, I had a membership at a dry cleaner, and I had to give them 2 photos of myself in order to get my pants clean there, yeah.
Okay, so now you got all these pictures, and a few years have passed since 1996, and now you're going back to do what?
Well, the goal is, to create a piece of art while we're also looking for some rightful owners of their photos.
Yeah.
So the goal is, let's see if we can find some of these people and reunite them with their photos.
James, how do you start?
Social media has been pretty good.
Yeah.
We have lots of followers through Instagram, and it's also a really graphic site, so we're able to put up all these photos. People can comb through them, and the hope is, if we really are kind of just separated by a few degrees each, then somebody has to recognize someone, just as long as we can get the images out there.
Andy, have you found anybody in your search connected to these pictures yet?
Right after we started collecting these, we did find one of the owners, and we even had him autograph his photo.
We did.
But in the 20 years since, we haven't, so that's our next goal.
Now, James, you just said initially you would collect some of these photos with the intent of, I'm going to find this person, I'm going to teach him the gospel and baptize him into the church. And so now what's the mission to go back and find these guys?
I think a big question is why they left the photos there in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to pay money for these, and we were finding them just by the dozens. And so, that's a big question that we have.
Looking through there's some shady characters in there. Who knows? Who knows what's in that box, right?
Probably not everyone's an angel, but there might be, a Nobel laureate there.
How is a filmmaker now involved in what you two are doing? How'd that come to be?
So another missionary, Joel, was actually one of the missionaries who was excited in collecting, and he reached back out to us and said, hey, why don't we, first we made a coffee table book about 2 years ago, and they said, hey, let's make a film. So he reached out, he came and filmed us, and next we'll go over there and see if we can find some people. All
right, how can people help you out on this quest?
That's a great question. I think just finding us either through Instagram or through Facebook and liking photos, sharing them, and doing whatever they can to get the word out.
All right, the quest to find the person behind the picture. Wish you both the best of luck.
Thank you.
After you find all those folks, come back to us and we'll see what you discovered.
We'll do it.
You got a deal. Thank you. Coming up next.